Dear Rudy, I've been holding on to my father's Magic the Gathering collection since he passed away in 2009. My father stopped collecting Magic cards around 1999. He had a very rare genetic neurodegenerative disorder called Huntington's disease. When you have this disease, you exhibit Parkinson's-like movement shaking, eventually dementia-type memory loss. When you have this in your body, it produces bad copies of the Huntington's protein, which your body's defense systems destroy. The fragments of the destroyed protein in your body accumulate between the dendrites and axons, pardon the pronunciation, within your neurons and eventually block the signals to your brain and messages for food and basic functions. It takes 30 to 50 years to begin showing movements or to begin showing symptoms for this disease because it's a slow buildup. I'm telling you this because I want as many people in the world to know what this is. You have a 50% chance of passing it on to your children if you have it. My name is Greg. I'm the son, and I have tested positive for the same Huntington's that my father had. It is what it is. This is brutal. Greg, Godspeed to you, sir. Godspeed, man. My father was a computer programmer, a writer, and a gaming enthusiast. He created his own Dungeons & Dragons world, wrote video games for a living for 5 years, and helped create a wonderful board game called Wiz War. Shout out to Tom Jolly for giving my father the credit and being there with him. As far as why I'm selling this Magic collection, my wife is pregnant, and we would like to buy a house. So I'm decided to part ways with this collection. I wanted to sell it to somebody who would respect and honestly cared about the old cards and would show the collection to the world. Much love, Greg. I wish you the best, Greg. Dude, that's brutal. I appreciate everything, Greg. So everybody knows that ahead of time, all the cards and everything you're going to see in this video obviously will not be for sale. I know a lot of you tend to contact me after these collection videos to try to buy certain pieces of it. For obvious reasons, I will not be selling anything in this particular collection. Greg, let's take a look at what your father collected. This ought to be pretty cool. All right, everybody. This is the collection. We're going to go over a couple different things today. The really cool Magic little deck there. We do have a very, very cool collector's edition. A couple packs of, looks like 4th edition. And a bunch of single cards on here. And also some very old 90s homemade decks. Very, very cool. I think you guys will like that. And of course, we got some regular, just revised. I kind of sorted a little bit there, and you can see some different sets, some promos, and of course a bunch of cards from the dark. And then we got a couple really cool notebooks and different sets over here. So that is what came in today. Again, Greg, can't thank you enough for allowing me the opportunity to share this, and of course buy the collection. Hopefully, you can use that money, down payment on a house, your family, or whatever you'd like to do. I wish you the best. So let's share everybody with what we actually have here. The first thing, we're going to get the negative out of the way first. Unfortunately, when Greg had sent me this collection, he was under the impression he had a ton of unlimited edition cards. And I already broke it all down and went through it, but as you can tell, they're all revised. These are the bulk of all the cards, and I know, as everybody knows, most revised cards, besides probably a couple rares and all the dual lands, they're bulk. Unfortunately, you got a couple dollars for like Soul Ring type cards, but you really don't have a lot going on. These are 4th edition in the middle. Again, unless you've got literally land tax, Sylvan Library type thing, maybe 2 or 3 cards in this whole 4th edition set. Unfortunately, 4th edition, even to this day, unfortunately, does not carry a whole lot of value, which I know one of the most nostalgic sets of all time for the public, but unfortunately, because of that, there's so much of 4th edition in this, these cards. There's just no real value. So we got a couple other little things. So we're going to start here. The 4th edition cards, nothing really value, nothing really exotic. I just wanted to show you guys what they were. We'll go over here first to the black card pile, just to kind of give you guys a couple ideas. Again, they're just revised edition cards, nothing really crazy. Unfortunately, unless you have a ton of demonic tutors. The rest of these, they're beautiful and neat looking, but there's not really a lot of value in these type of cards. I love them. I love buying revised cards because I just, it's so symbolic to a time where a lot of people started playing Magic, when revised was really the mass-produced set. Got a couple Soul Rings, Some good old Urza's cards there. And then, of course, some uncommons. The gain 1 life cards. There's the green, there's the black. A little rack action. Like I said, a bunch of kind of uncommons. Nothing really exotic or of value or anything in there. Same thing if you go to the green pile over here. You got some regrowths, a few pennies here and there. You got some living artifact, timbers, titanium song, very pretty. The old enchantress with her beautiful hair. And then, of course, a bunch of commons and everything. I have to admit, though, a lot of the commons are in very nice shape. You can tell because I guess his father didn't play with a lot of those common cards. Because when I show you the deck, you can tell the cards he played with. Because like these, I'm surprised. Even usually, Shivans, when you get the old Shivan dragons nowadays, usually most of them are pretty played and loved from years ago. So, pretty neat stuff. Like I said, just a bunch of cool cards. I love this old stuff. You can never have enough of just revised type bulk era cards. And even, like I said, they're not all bulk. Yeah, some of these are rares. There's a few bucks here and there, but, they're just beautiful, fun cards. And I love endlessly buying these type of things because you never know. One day, maybe things will change and revised cards. And come on, there's our girl, Sarah Angel. Anybody? It's Sarah Angel. I don't care what it's worth. I don't care if it's a quarter a card. It's still awesome. So, again, very cool stuff. There's a couple little revised Wrath of God, some bodyguards, little Savannah Lions. So, and of course, we have an absolute ton of just basic lands. You can tell, I'm assuming, based on the cards, I think this individual just bought a ton of revised starter decks and booster boxes. And I guess he put most of his money and bought most of the cards in 1994, would be my guess. So that's really about it with that. I did want to point out this real quick. I thought this was interesting. Going through them real quick, I actually had originally thought we had like some sort of Summer Magic variant. I want to show you guys because these actually have the 1994. I'm trying to make it where you guys can see. These actually have the 1994 date on it, but with the 4th edition style bordering and everything. I actually had to do some research because I knew Summer Magic has a different type of, it doesn't have a date at all. But it really caught me off guard, so I actually had to research. And apparently, these were kind of some specific promotional cards. And they specifically did like Fireball and Blue Elemental Blast. I guess it was a promo thing. I just want to share. I didn't know that. We have a few unlimited edition cards in this. A couple commons, uncommons. Nothing really in some basic lands. Got a cool lightning bolt. But nothing really expensive. We do have a couple other really neat little promo cards. For those of you who weren't around a long time ago, the first time I saw this card, I actually thought it was a counterfeit. Because the font doesn't match. It looks like a homemade Magic card. It doesn't look authentic. So, and then of course you can research it in the little promotional cards. And then I had some media promos. I thought that was cool. They're not worth a lot. But like I said, very cool. There's even the media counterspell, the little sewers. Anybody remember that? Giant Badger and sewers. Too bad we don't have the Mana Crypt, the best one out of them, right? And then, of course, we had a couple Antiquities cards. Nothing really. There's a little Gate to Phyrexia. And you can tell the older ones are the better cards. You can tell they were played. They don't have that nice minty look to them. And, of course, everybody's flipping favorite. Probably, arguably, some of everyone's favorite art in the history of Magic. Because, it's just, the art is such a symbolic thing back then. The feel, the emotional feel and drama, and just the tone and style of the artwork in these old cards is pretty incredible. And I know this is Fallen Empires. I'm holding this whole stack of cards. This whole stack may be worth, what, $2? I know. But it's just, it's just some of my favorite art, you guys. And I know a lot of people out there feel the same way. We also had a few handful of Arabian Night cards. Unfortunately, nothing crazy. We got some few common uncommons, or what, C3, C2s, and, we got a little Rook Egg action, some sandals. There's Sorcerer's Queen. Now you can tell these are getting pretty played. These are not minty at all. You can look at the cards and tell, but nothing really fancy, but there's still Arabian Night cards. The old Curd Ape there. I know just the fact it's Arabian Nights, they carry a little bit higher of a premium versus all the other versions. It's the Flying Men. I remember buying these for 50 cents when I was younger. Now they're actually a couple bucks. That's kind of cool. So, like I said, nothing really. Danton? A little scimitar, some witches, little bottles, the old Saloon, and more deserts. So, nothing crazy in that. I do have a good stack of, the dark that came in this. I'm just going to skim through real quick, because as most of you know, when it comes to these really old ones, I love to buy bulk in old sets, even though they're not worth much money. Oh, there's a Ball Lightning. even though there's not a lot of money in this, their cards are still extremely old, sought after for set collectors, and of course, the popper craze of common cards. So I want to skim through it and just kind of show you guys what it is. I thought it was pretty neat. So now we're going to get to some other really fun things. We also had 2 packs come in this. These are 4th edition foreign. Based on the text on the pack, I'm going to take a shot in the dark. You guys can beat me up in the comments section, but I'm assuming that's German. The I mean, based on the way the writing is, and holy crap, these are so old, I don't think we can even see the gold, barely. Yeah, you can barely see the gold. So I'm going to guess these are just German 4th edition packs, would be my guess. Nothing crazy on there. He did send me a nice little courtesy, the old Wizards. Anybody remember these, the playing cards? These are not actually, like, they have the Magic card back, but the gloss and the feel and the texture of the cards is more like playing cards. They don't feel like regular Magic cards. I like to keep them sealed. I just think these are really neat. They're more nostalgia and memorable. And I think it's just kind of a cool little thing. That's all. All right, so next, I'm going to move all this out of the way. I'm going to show you the binders. It's like magic, isn't it? So we cleaned up the little area. First notebook we got out of these 3 notebooks. Yes, everybody, you read it right. It's a notebook of Homelands. And again, as a lot of you may not know in the past, and hopefully that reflection's not too bad for you guys. As a lot of you may or may not know in the past, a lot of people collected sets back then. And unfortunately, Homelands did not turn out to be a really successful set. So, I mean, I flipped through it to make sure. I think it's near complete. It's not fully complete. I mean, back in the day, Autumn Willow was like, I remember, a $20 card, and now it's 20 cents, you know? So, again, a lot of these old Magic cards and these type of era and sets, they did depreciate. Unfortunately, there's no real value to them. I mean, the old Relentless there. I mean, you got a lot of cool cards, but Homelands never did develop into anything. It is what it is, everybody. I mean, I think a lot of people speculated on it, but I don't think anybody really hit it big with Homelands, as they say. All right, next is a really cool one I think you'll be excited to see. Yes, you're reading that right. Legends. Now, one of Rudy's personal nostalgic favorite. Now, Greg, I'm going to assume your father, when he collected these in the 90s, let's take a look at what we got here. First thing I notice is a sealed, unopened pack of the old Italian Legends of, a.k.a. Busta. Sorry, I know. Everyone's just going to be like, you're so insulting. I know, I'm a terrible person. This is an unsearched pack, because I can tell you for a fact, looking at the actual corners of it, in order for you to search a pack, you really got to mangle these corners. And judging by how good of condition the actual pack itself is in, I don't believe this pack was actually searched, because I've seen search packs and you have to push the cards with your fingernails and move them, and it really creases it up. And this actually looks pretty clean compared to what I've seen. No guarantee, but anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. Next, I have to say, check this out, everybody. When's the last time you all saw computer paper and things printed like this? The bad news is, these are all the cards that were apparently missing from his set. Yep, missing Tabernacle, missing All Hallows Eve. Yeah, missing a lot of the good cards, because I guess his dad was making a list on, like, the old computer paper. You guys remember this, like, in the 90s? Anybody remember doing this stuff? Oh my god, I think the camera just completely freaked out on us. So anybody remember doing that with the old computer paper? Let me fix the camera. I think it just completely went nuts. There we go. So I just remember these old printers, and we used to do, this was a big thing back in the day. When I was in high school, we all printed out lists, and I used to store a list of my cards on like a 3.5-inch floppy. Anybody remember? Not a floppy taco, an actual floppy disk. I don't know if anybody remembers that. So, Legends Notebook, I want to flip through it real quick, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Yes, we do have a couple heavy hitters that were worth some good money. Man, I can't believe how much Mana Drain has dropped. Oh my god. Still, you got an Invoke up there. You got some pretty cool stuff. A little reset in the corner. A bunch of fun little things. Oop, can you guys see okay? There we go. The mana batteries, I know, never worth much. A couple bucks. Look, Knowledge Vault. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Some more mana batteries. Got a little sword, Relic Barrier. Another mana battery. Let's see here. I always thought that was the most hilarious artwork. Does anybody remember this? Sorry, it still gets me. I gotta share. Come on! How are you guys not, like... I feel like that's my life every day. Like, you're just rubbing against it. Am I right? Rubbing against... No? Okay. So, a bunch of cool stuff. Killer Bees, Web Brings Back Memories. But, oh wait, hold on, whoa, sorry. Yeah, there is a living land in the corner. That's pretty cool. And some Rust, Stormseeker. There's a Sylvan Library. And of course, you can tell these were a lot more loved compared to the mint condition revised cards, which is very common. Because these type of cards, these sets, these were people really played a lot with these. So that's why it's very common to get most of these older cards in played condition. And that's normal. That just means because people played them. There were no real sleeves back then. A bunch of cool stuff. Bunch of cool, God, these gold cards. Man, I still love everything about Legends to me. This used to be actually one of my favorite artworks when I was younger, everybody. Anybody remember? Look at that artwork. Seriously, look at that artwork. How amazing is that artwork? I mean, all right, just saying. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. There's a Tetsu in the corner. I think it's pronounced. I probably just ruined the pronunciation. I'm trying to keep my focus there. I'm going kind of quick. We do have some Chain Lightnings. Pretty neat, huh? And what I also noticed is, holy crap, there's a playset, and one is even miscut. Again, it's a common card, but still Chain Lightning. Still pretty neato burrito, everybody. So, and of course, we do have ourselves a very nice Chains in the middle. I can tell he never played with the old Chains here, so this is a very cool one. Looks like a pretty, maybe light play towards near mint there. Pretty good condition. A little surface scratches, but overall, very nice card. Good condition. So that was kind of cool. And of course, we got Evil Eye of Gnomes. My God, I just love saying the name. All right, Mold Demon, bunch of cool stuff. Underworld Dreams. Man, see, this stuff is just so... Falling Stars, a few bucks. Pretty neat. Storm World. Can't remember that. Remember when they tried to spike that to like $20 or $30 a card? Anybody remember that? That was hilarious. And of course, all the Legends lands. And guess what? No Tabernacle. Sad face. All right, and then of course the white cards. Let's see. Yeah, there's old Albert Einstein peeking through. There is a land tax right there. Remember when Lifeblood? Some people tried to spike that to like, what was it, $100, and it crashed back down. That was funny. And yeah, I thought it was a really cool notebook. I thought it was really neat. So last but not least in the notebooks, the heavy hitter. Are we ready? The heavy hitter. Well, it's upside down, so I just ruined that. Okay, so let's take a look, everybody. So now this last heavy-hitting notebook, why is it kind of dark? Ooh, are you guys okay? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why my camera freaks out like that sometimes. I think it's because I'm moving the lighting. So we do have a played unlimited recall, everybody. Let's take a look at her. Very, very pretty card. Like I said, very well loved card. But again, very cool, very cool. It is the real deal, man. That is a nice recall. So, love it. And of course, Cyclopean Tomb. You guys know I love Cyclopean Tomb, especially the alpha without the mana cost. Some little stuff here. We got some old the Brain Geysers. We got our little dual land action popping up here. Can never have enough dual lands. I always buy them. Never have enough. And of course, we got a little Djinn. We got a little Guardian Beast down here. Pretty neat. We got a little Tutor up in the corner. We got some birds, some Soul Ring. Even got a 10 mana casting cost Aladdin Lamp. And that is it. So last but not least, we're going to go over to what everyone's been waiting for. All right, so this is an International Collector's Edition, not the regular Collector's Edition. Just to remind everybody, regular Collector's Edition has a print run of about 10,000. According to the Magic Rarities and the history of this stuff, they did not print the 10,000. They cut it a little lower, and the print run got underdone, so they did a second print run for the International Collector's Edition. It's supposed to be for overseas, but whatever. And so they did 5,000 International Collector's Edition, but supposedly, just like the original one, they didn't actually get the full 10,000 printed. So, just so everybody knows on these things, I know most of you know what this is and everything. For the longest time, people hated these. The only thing people did with these is they bought them to use them for counterfeits and rebacking to get rid of that nasty, the gold back. The gold back. People would separate them, break them down with chemicals, reback them. It was like a hot thing, still is. Recently, though, I don't think it's really going to be a thing anymore because the fact that the prices of these have actually gone up now. Back for the longest time, these were not really worth that much. And now, like I said, just this alone, I gave the gentleman a couple grand. And I mean, the prices are still moving up on them. I've seen them sell as cheap as $2,000 all the way up to $5,000. They're very volatile in pricing. And like I said, the prices have been changing in buyouts, and it's very difficult to really price at the exact day. But there's no outer seal on the whole box. Looks like Greg's father did remove the outer seal on the box, but he left the seal on the pack. So Very cool. You can see a time twister, everybody. So yeah, just keep in mind, the back of these do say International Edition instead of Collector's Edition, by the way. I didn't know if everybody knew that. Like I said, people just, you know, it was a really wild story on these things. And now all of a sudden people like these. For the longest time, nobody really did. And yes, this is a full alpha beta set with gold back, square corners, not tournament legal. And that is about it for that. I really wanted to share that. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was kind of a neat little thing to kind of add to the video. And last but not least, I wanted to share decks. What'd you say? Decks. Giggity? So this is cool. So this is a little box. I put them all together because I was finding them throughout the box when it was shipped in. These are all actually his actual decks that the gentleman played in the 90s. And it's the coolest thing. This is a throwback for all of you still watching. This is 90s Magic at its finest. No card sleeves, no nothing. You play a raw, baby. You go skinny dipping. You throw the dice. So cool. Like, here's a black deck. So flippin' cool. All right, we gonna play? You guys ready? I need everybody in the comment section to teach me how to play Magic, okay? We're gonna do this. Ready? This is it. We're gonna play a real game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go first, so I'm not gonna draw, and you guys need to teach me how to play. Oh my god, look at that opening hand. It's flippin' fantastic. Dude, you guys wanna see how to win at Magic? I'm going first. Boom. First turn, Swampy. Tapping the Swampy. Dark Ritual. Boom. First turn, Hippie. That is, oh my god, I couldn't stand when people did that to me. There's nothing worse than somebody dropping a first turn Hippie, man. All right, moving on. Sorry, I'm getting wound up over nothing. I'm playing a virtual game with myself. So really cool. Man, very, very cool played deck. Man, so cool to see that old stuff. God. And I know so many of you out there can connect with that. Oh, there's a name on that. Say Monster? Monster Steel? Did this other one have a name? This black one? Card Kill. Oh, because of the hippies. I bet there was Mind Twist in there too. So this is so cool. I love seeing these old pre-made decks. Revised Doppelgangers. Look at these islands. Copy Artifact. Clones. Psychic Venoms. Clones. Man, this is the way you played 93, 94 Magic, everybody. You just slopped it together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, is Rudy going to get another killer first turn hand? Oh my god. Oh, that's a mulligan if I've ever seen a mulligan. Good lord. 6 islands? An erosion? All right, we're going to mulligan that bad boy. Let's draw 6. 3. That's better. Golly, I did not shuffle this deck at all. Yeah, first turn Black Vice. That's nice. Okay, we can do first turn Black Vice. We got a clone. And Conservator. Who remembers this? Prevent loss of 2 life. Flipping 4 to drop it on the field, 3 to activate. Good lord. Anyways, I thought that was cool too. Alright, I need to wrap up the video. I'm just rambling now. I just really, these are so cool. I love seeing old, oh, red. What, let me guess. Burn deck? Where's the name? Oh, Goblin deck! No way! Is it a Goblin? I thought for sure it was going to say Burn deck. Oh man. Lightning Bolts, of course. Goblins. Mountains, Goblins. Mons Goblin, Goblin Balloon, Goblin Grenade, Shatters. Oh man, that's so cool. Flippin' love it. Alright, well I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Greg, thank you very much for the support. I hope everyone had a good time. Ooh, there's a Rough Living Lands. And again, thank you to everybody for watching. Greg, Godspeed to you, sir. You're a good man. I wish you and your wife the best. Everybody take care, and thank you.